All right, let's talk Texas Longhorns. Easily one of the top programs in the country once again. It's nice to finally say that after so many years of wondering how long it would take Texas to be back. They certainly are. And this Longhorns team is not resting on its laurels. They added a lot of quality players this offseason. But there's one under the radar addition to Texas that's really blowing away the coaching staff and the players. Exciting news here for Longhorns fans. I'm Nick, and this is Saturday Morning Inspection. All right, so as we work through training camp, as we work through fall camp, getting closer and closer to the regular season, we all are really excited to see what new Longhorns, what new players are ready to have a big impact. Some freshmen onto the scene, some transfer guys, and all eyes are usually on the top prospects, the five stars, the freak of nature's doing athletic things. But sometimes it's just the guys that are really good football players that can step up in key roles that make all the difference. And the Texas Longhorns have one new addition who's doing just that. Let's pull up their support, and we'll talk about it more on the other side. This is courtesy of SI.com. Standing at just 5 feet 8 inches and having 25 wide receivers ranked ahead of him in the 2024 transfer portal, it's easy to overlook Silas Bolton, literally. The Oregon State transfer was one that could have felt like overkill for the Longhorn receiving corps in 2024. Though depth charts are far from confirmed, Bolton seems to have earned the graces of head coach Steve Sarkisian and quarterback Quinn Ewers, likely earning a starting spot in week 1. Now, that's very interesting. When he first got here, I could just tell how much he cared about the game of football and how much he really wants to succeed, Ewers said about Bolton. He's been balling out. It's cool to see a guy like him do the things that he does. Again, we all are fascinated with the five stars, the guys that are 6'5", 230 and can run really fast, right? But sometimes it's the good football players that can have the best impact. Sounds kind of weird to say that, but it is true. It's the way the game is played, and Silas Bolton looks like one of those guys. Miles, I'm curious what your thoughts are on this, but first, Texas fans, in the comment section below, we're talking wide receivers, we're talking Silas Bolton today, so let us know which wide receiver of this entire group, it's a stat group, are you most excited to see play this year for the Texas Longhorns? Which one of all these guys do you think is going to have the best impact when paired with Quinn Ewers at quarterback? Let us know in the comment section below. But Miles, give us your thoughts on this latest news involving the Texas Longhorns.
Yeah, Nick, I think you hit the nail on the head when you say underrated. Silas Bolton's a guy that came in kind of on the shorter end, kind of a little bit a smaller player, not somebody that you think of as, a typical superstar of the game coming to this Texas Longhorns team that's a college football playoff contender, obviously. So I think people slept on him, but now you hear the rumors of him doing extremely well in camp, moving his way up the depth charts, and now we see what he's able to do. I think this guy is full of potential, and I really, really like what he can bring to the game for Texas. You look at some of the things that he's done throughout his career so far. This is a guy last year who brought a lot of versatility to the teams that he was on. This is a guy that lined out wide a lot, 460 snaps out wide last season. He played over 100 snaps in the slot, and he also had over 10 snaps in the backfield, a guy that did a lot of great things there. And he was in kick return as well. So he could be a returner. He can be out wide, can be in the slot, and can be in the backfield as well. A lot of versatility on this player. And he is known for going deep. So we all know Texas, Quinn Ewers, he has the arm strength. He has the ability to stretch out the field. So I think Silas Bolton will be an asset for them in that aspect as well. But I just think it's really nice to see a player like Bolton come in as a transfer, and they see the talent, they see the possibilities. People might have overlooked him, and now he's doing really good. I think this was a great pickup for Texas, and I think he's going to contribute highly this coming season.
Look, and this is not a guy who hasn't played and played at a high level before. He caught 54 passes last year for Oregon State, added 2 rushing touchdowns last year and the year before. So he's a dynamic guy, can line up in the backfield, line up slot, line up out wide, line up all over the formation, just like you said. And that, I think, is the key right there, because Steve Sarkisian, really smart guy, time in the National Football League, time in Alabama. He uses personnel packages like an NFL offensive coordinator, like an NFL coach, like he obviously has some experience in the National Football League. What does that mean? It means he doesn't view receivers as, okay, you're an X receiver only. You line up out wide to the offensive left. You're a Z receiver only. You line up out wide to the offensive right. You're a wide receiver. You're always in the slot. He doesn't think like that. He says, okay, let me put you in positions to be successful. Let me create matchups, personnel groupings, formation shifts, all that kind of stuff to get you open to be successful. And you've got a guy here in Bolden who is experienced about being versatile, because that Sarkisian strategy, it can really do amazing things when you have versatile players. If you've got a guy who can line up all over the place, Sarkisian can now go, okay, I can line you up as a running back and create a crazy personnel package. I can have you in the slot and then have you out wide the next play, and the defense doesn't know how to react, right? This is all about creating mismatch. And it's not just creating mismatches for Bolden, but although Bolden can do it with himself, by having a guy that can line up all over the place, it will force defenses just naturally over time just to go to more soft zone coverage. That way they can keep everything in front of them and react, which will make it much easier for the quarterback and the running game, right? It all builds off each other, and it all starts with Coach Sarkisian having a strategy of using all these different packages to help out the Texas offense. You need players like Bolden to help support that strategy. And one final point, I love the fact that Quinn Ewers is hyping up his man right there, because you need that wide receiver quarterback connection. It's obvious, especially with the transfer. A lot of momentum right here behind Bolden. I think he's going to be a real impact player for Texas in 2024.